The progress of a community is measured by the degree of progress which their women have achieved. As we begin today's consultation, these words of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar remind us that the safety and empowerment of our girls is not just a matter of justice, but is the very measure of our progress as a society. Pranam and a very good morning to one and all. I, Chetna Patnaik, Judicial Magistrate First Class Rairangpur, on behalf of the Juvenile Justice Committee, High Court of Orissa, extend a very warm and hearty welcome to everyone present here to this state-level consultation on juvenile justice, focused on a theme that calls upon our collective conscience and institutional resolve, safeguarding the girl child towards a safer and enabling environment for her in India, organized by the Juvenile Justice Committee, High Court of Orissa, in collaboration with the Department of Women and Child Development, Government of Odisha, and UNICEF. India stands at a critical juncture where the rights and protection of the girl child demand urgent and sustained attention. Despite progressive legislation and growing awareness, girls across the country continue to face systemic challenges including gender-based violence, child marriage, trafficking, neglect, and abuse that hinder their holistic development and threaten their safety, dignity, and freedom. Today's consultation seeks to bring together experts, practitioners, and key stakeholders from the juvenile justice system, child protection services, civil society, law enforcement, education, and health sectors to critically examine the existing frameworks, identify the systemic gaps, and collaborate on actionable strategies to ensure a protective, empowering ecosystem for every girl. By focusing on early intervention, effective implementation of child protection laws, gender-sensitive approaches in justice delivery, and community engagement, this platform aims to shape a future where every girl in India not only survives, but thrives, free from fear and full of potential. Today, we are fortunate to have with us Honorable Shri Justice Harish Tandon, the Chief Justice, High Court of Orissa, Honorable Ms. Justice Savitri Rathore, Judge and Chairperson, Juvenile Justice Committee, High Court of Orissa, Honorable Shri Justice Aditya Kumar Mahapatra, Judge and Member, Juvenile Justice Committee, High Court of Orissa, Honorable Shri Justice Murahari Sriraman, Judge and Member, Juvenile Justice, High Court of Orissa, and companion judges of the Honorable High Court of Orissa who have spared their valuable time to be with us here today. On this momentous occasion, we also have with us Srimati Monisha Banerjee, IAS, Esteemed Director, Integrated Child Development Services and Social Welfare, Department of Women and Child Development, Government of Odisha, Shri William Hanlon Jr., Chief of Field Office for Odisha, UNICEF, and other office bearers of the UNICEF, the respected Registrar General and officers of the Registry of the Honorable High Court of Orissa, the Additional Secretary, Law Department, Government of Orissa, the respected Director and officers of the Odisha Judicial Academy, Cuttack, the respected Member Secretary and officers of the State Legal Services Authority, Odisha, Cuttack, presiding officers of the Children's Court and Special Courts under the POCSO Act, the Secretaries of the District Legal Services Authorities, Principal Magistrates and Members, Juvenile Justice Boards, functionaries of the Department of Women and Child Development, Government of Odisha, Department of Social Security and Empowerment of Persons with Disabilities, Government of Odisha, Department of Health and Family Welfare, Government of Odisha, Department of School and Mass Education, Government of Odisha, Department of Panchayati Raj and Drinking Water, Government of Odisha, the Inspector General of Police, Crimes Against Women and Children Wing, Bhubaneswar, the respected DCP Bhubaneswar, the respected DCP Cuttack, nodal officers of the Police Department, members of the civil society organizations working for children, resource persons, technical experts, and members of the print and electronic media. The inaugural session of this program is also being live streamed in the YouTube channel of the Honorable High Court of Orissa, where we are virtually joined by judicial officers from across the state. It is both my privilege and honor to welcome you all to this significant state-level juvenile justice consultation program, where we look forward to learning about innovative strategies, effective policies, and collaborative approaches to help strengthen our support system for girls, with a focus on building for them a safer and more enriching future. I would now humbly request Honorable Shri Justice Harish Tandon, the Chief Justice, High Court of Orissa, to kindly adorn the dais, and I would request the respected Registrar General, High Court of Orissa, to kindly conduct his lordship to the dais. I would now humbly request Honorable Ms. Justice Savitri Rathore, Judge and Chairperson, Juvenile Justice Committee, High Court of Orissa, to kindly adorn the dais, and I would request the respected Registrar Vigilance, High Court of Orissa, to kindly conduct her ladyship to the dais. I would now humbly request Honorable Shri Justice Aditya Kumar Mahapatra, Judge and Member, Juvenile Justice Committee, High Court of Orissa, to kindly adorn the dais, and I would request the respected Director, Odisha Judicial Academy, to kindly conduct his lordship to the dais. I would now humbly request Honorable Shri Justice Murahari Sri Raman, Judge and Member, Juvenile Justice Committee, High Court of Orissa, to kindly adorn the dais, and I would request the respected Member Secretary, Orissa State Legal Services Authority, to kindly conduct his lordship to the dais. Before moving on, I would take a moment to state that Srimati Shubha Sharma, IAS, esteemed Principal Secretary, Department of Women and Child Development, Government of Orissa, who was to join us as the head of the host department today, could not remain present in person owing to certain unavoidable circumstances, but has shared her message to the dignitaries, participants, and audience through Srimati Monisha Banerjee, IAS, Director, Integrated Child Development Services and Social Welfare, Department of Women and Child Development, Government of Odisha. I would now humbly request Srimati Monisha Banerjee, IAS, Director, Integrated Child Development Services and Social Welfare, Department of Women and Child Development, Government of Odisha, to kindly adorn the dais. And I would request Shri Swastik Das, Civil Judge Junior Division on Probation, to kindly conduct ma'am to the dais. I would now humbly request Shri William Hanlon Jr., Chief of Field Office for Odisha, UNICEF, to kindly adorn the dais, and I would request Shri Somesh Ranbijuli, Civil Judge Junior Division on Probation, to kindly conduct sir to the dais. As a mark of our immense and heartfelt gratitude and respect for the gracious presence of the esteemed dignitaries amongst us, may I now request Ms. Shriyanka Das, Civil Judge Junior Division on Probation, to kindly present a sapling to His Lordship, Honorable Shri Justice Harish Tandon, the Chief Justice, High Court of Orissa. May I now request Ms. Rituparna Das, Civil Judge Junior Division on Probation, to kindly present a sapling to Her Ladyship, Honorable Ms. Justice Savitri Rathore, Judge and Chairperson, Juvenile Justice Committee, High Court of Orissa. May I now request Ms. Shweta Padhi, Civil Judge Junior Division on Probation, to kindly present a sapling to His Lordship, Honorable Mr. Justice Aditya Kumar Mahapatra, Judge and Member, Juvenile Justice Committee, High Court of Orissa. May I now request Ms. Simran Sakunia, Civil Judge Junior Division on Probation, to kindly present a sapling to His Lordship, Honorable Mr. Justice Murahari Sri Raman, Judge and Member, Juvenile Justice Committee, High Court of Orissa. May I now request Ms. Akansha Bhattacharjee, Civil Judge Junior Division on Probation, to kindly present a sapling to Srimati Monisha Banerjee, IAS Director, Integrated Child Development Services and Social Welfare, Department of Women and Child Development, Government of Odisha. May I now request Ms. Nazia Fazal, Civil Judge Junior Division on Probation, to kindly present a sapling to Sri William Hanlon Jr., Chief of Field Office for Odisha, UNICEF. With that expression of gratitude, may I now seek permission of the Honorable Chair to declare the event open?
Yes.
Thank you, Your Lordship. The event is now declared open. As it is now time for us to formally commence the event, I would like to request all the dignitaries on and off the dais and the participating audience to kindly rise as a mark of respect for the rendition of the state song Bonde Utkala Janani. Thank you, everyone. While violence affects both girls and boys, girls remain more vulnerable with larger ramifications on them, driving home the importance of placing a strong emphasis on protecting girls from all forms of violence and ensuring their safety and well-being. As we gather here today, we are reminded that the safety, dignity, and empowerment of the girl child are not merely aspirational ideals. They are constitutional promises, legal obligations, and moral imperatives. To begin with this inaugural session of this program, may I now humbly request Honorable Ms. Justice Savitri Rathore, Judge and Chairperson, Juvenile Justice Committee, High Court of Orissa, to kindly deliver the welcome address and formally set the tone for today's consultation. Ma'am, please.
Namaskar and a very good morning to everybody, and welcome to this state consultation which we have every year. This year, as you know, the topic is safeguarding the girl child towards a safer and enabling environment for her in India. From the pages of history to the stories around us, women have been the style and strength, the nurturing hands, and the courageous lionesses who shaped societies. We remember Rani Lakshmibai of Jhansi, who fought fearlessly for freedom, Sarojini Naidu, the Nightingale of India, who gave voice to millions, Mother Teresa, whose compassion healed wounds deeper than medicines could reach. These lioness-like women did not just live, They rode against injustice, against silence, and against limitations. Yet, when we look at the present, we must ask ourselves, have we truly built a world where every girl child can dream without fear, learn without barriers, and grow without discrimination? Sadly, challenges remain. Girls continue to face unsafe environments, denial of education, child marriage, trafficking, and subtle but deep-rooted biases restrict their wings in every stage of their life. Today, I welcome our Chief Justice, Mr. Harish Tandon, for squeezing out time from his busy schedule to be part of this inaugural session, to enlighten us with his address and encourage the participants. I know his schedule is packed today on account of different programs and commitments, and hence we are grateful to him for finding time to be with us today. I am also grateful to my brother judges who, in spite of their other commitments, agreed to be part of this consultation and are present just now, and will also remain to interact with the participants in the technical sessions in course of the day. We welcome them. We also miss those who are unable to join, those brothers who are unable to join us today as they are out of station, but they are with us here today in spirit and have sent their good wishes for success of this consultation. I welcome, I have a list here, so I hope I don't miss out anybody. I welcome Mr. William Hanlon Jr., Chief of Field Officer for Odisha UNICEF, who is part of this August gathering, and UNICEF is a significant participant as well as one of the organizers of this consultation. I also welcome Mr. R.S. Gopalan, IAS, Commissioner cum Secretary, Department of SSEPD, Srimati Monisha Banerjee, IAS, Director, ICDS and SW, Department of Women and Child Development, Srimati Ananya Das, IAS, Director, OSIPA, School and Mass Education Department, Mrs. Anya Das, IAS, Deputy Secretary, Department of Health and Family Welfare, Dr. Sarthak Sarangi, IG of Police, CID, CB, Professor Biraj Swain, Chief Minister, Chair Professor, Center for Child Rights, NEO, Odisha, Mr. Manna Biswas, Child Protection Specialist, UNICEF, Odisha. And as Ms. Chetna told all of you, Ms. Shubha Sharma, who was supposed to be with us today, due to some unavoidable circumstances, is not part of the gathering, but she has also sent her best wishes. So after the welcome, I want to set the tone. I was asking our officers, but what do you mean by setting the tone? Do I have to sing? They said, no, madam, you have to speak a little about the consultation to give an idea about what is happening and about the girl child. So as we said, safeguarding the girl child is not just about protecting her from harm, it is about creating an enabling environment where she can flourish. It is about ensuring equal access to education, healthcare and opportunities. It is about teaching ourselves to treat her with respect, empathy and equality so that our world is safe for every girl. It is about turning every home, school and street into a sanctuary of dignity. Despite these commendable advances, challenges remain deeply entrenched. Social stigma continues to silence many survivors, making underreporting a serious concern. Traditional beliefs and economic hardships sometimes perpetuate practices such as child marriage and domestic abuse, undermining legal protections. Rural and tribal areas still face gaps in access to timely intervention and support services. Moreover, the rise of digital platforms brings new threats as online exploitation and cyberbullying emerge as insidious forms of violence against children. The need to sensitize law enforcement and judicial officers to trauma-informed approaches is greater than ever to ensure their survivors are treated with empathy and dignity throughout the justice process. The way forward is clear. We must commit to holistic empowerment, ensuring safety, quality, education, healthcare, and freedom of choice for every girl. True change begins not just with policies, but with mindset shifts in families, communities, and institutions. Safeguarding the girl child requires a multi-sectoral approach. We require health professionals to heal, police to protect, communities and families to nurture the girl child. Law enforcing authorities have to protect her and act as guardian of her rights. Legal institutions have to uphold and protect her rights. But for this, society has to change its mindset. India has advanced girl-child protection through initiatives like Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, stricter laws, improved education access, and schemes like Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana. Combined with community outreach and safety programs, these efforts reflect a strong commitment to her safety, empowerment, and equality. Similarly, the state government has made remarkable progress in safeguarding the girl child through initiatives like Kishori Shakti Yojana, Mo Gella Jio, and Virangana, preventing hundreds of child marriages and empowering thousands of girls with education and self-defense. To conclude, safeguarding the girl child is not just a responsibility, it is a promise to our future, it is also an obligation. Let us honor that promise with action, compassion, and unwavering resolve. Because when a girl child is safe, the world is safer. When a girl is empowered, the future is brighter. And when a girl is free, truly free, the world will know what is real progress. But this potential can only bloom when we as a society stand united to uphold her rights, not as a favor, but as a fundamental duty, ensuring her access to quality education, healthcare, freedom of expression, and equal opportunities. So I welcome all the participants to this consultation. I hope the technical sessions will be productive and interactive. And I will fail in my duty, and Mr. Justice Raman, my brother, is there to give the vote of thanks to all those who are present. But I would fail in my duty if I do not welcome Justice K.R. Mahapatra, the chairman of the Orissa of the Judicial Academy Committee, for opening his this auditorium for our use throughout the day. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much, Your Ladyship, for that very sincere and warm welcome address. Your words have truly set the tone for this important consultation. Moving on, we would now take immense pride as we also launch the 2025 edition of the newsletter Sishu Suraksha, the newsletter of the Juvenile Justice Committee, High Court of Orissa, dedicated to the cause of child protection and institutional initiatives for the welfare of children. I would take this humble opportunity to call upon Honorable Shri Justice Aditya Kumar Mahapatra, Judge and Member, Juvenile Justice Committee, High Court of Orissa, and Editor-in-Chief, Sishu Suraksha, to kindly address the gathering and give a brief introduction, sharing the vision behind this important initiative. My Lord, please.
In the words of Rabindranath Tagore, every child comes with a message that God is not a discourage of man. I'll start with that. A very good morning to one and all. Respected my Lord Justice Harish Chandan, the Chief Justice of Odisha High Court. Honorable Ms. Justice Savitri Ratha, the Chairperson of Juvenile Justice Committee. My brother Justice Raman, member of the Juvenile Justice Committee. Ms. Monisha Banerjee, Director, Department of Women and Child Welfare Department, Mr. William Hanlon Jr., Chief of Field Office of Odisha, UNICEF, my brother judges who are present in this auditorium, as well as those who are present through the virtual mode, or the dignitaries, representative from the state government, secretaries, other participants, and ladies and gentlemen. So my role is specific here to introduce the magazine. So to start with, I will also quote J.F. Kennedy, the former President of the United States. In his words, I quote, "Children are the living messages we send to a time we will not see." So here I would add another line to it, that it is our responsibility as a whole, as a society, to ensure that that message goes on a petal, soft and beautiful petal, unhurt, without any scar, without any trauma. So for this, we have gathered here. So now coming back to the magazine, Sishu Suraksha, that is child safety. So let me first welcome you all. This magazine, Sishu Suraksha, it was initially started in the year 2017 At the initial stage, it was a humble beginning with a 16-page newsletter. So over the years, it has increased in size, has steadily grown both in scope and in its significance. From its early tentative steps, Shisu Suraksha has matured into a meaningful platform dedicated to the advancing the cause of child safety, care, and education. This 7th edition, like those before it, has been enriched by the contribution of many distinguished contributors through thoughtful articles, insightful messages, and words of encouragement. To each of these contributors, I extend my deepest gratitude. I also look forward to your continued support in shaping the future editions. A neglected child becomes a fragile citizen, vulnerable to straying from the path of public and national good. Conversely, a nurtured and a protected child blossoms like a flower, spreading fragrance and beauty in every direction, helping build a stronger, healthier, and a more vibrant society. When we commit to child protection as a shared responsibility among families, education system, government, and civil societies, we invest in a healthier, more just and resilient nation. The measure of a civilization can, in many ways, be seen in how it treats its weakest and the youngest. It is therefore essential that child protection be recognized not merely as the duty of the parents or teachers, nor confined within the boundaries of the government or the governmental institution or non-governmental institutions, but embraced by a shared responsibility of the society as a whole. To safeguard a child is in truth to safeguard the future of the nation itself. The mission of Shisu Suraksha is to awaken this sense of collective duty by spreading awareness, by sharing knowledge on safety, care, and education, and by inspiring all citizens to see child protection as the very foundation of nation building. With this edition, we also take a step forward by presenting Shisu Suraksha in the form of an e-magazine. Aligning ourselves with the needs and the possibilities of the digital age, I am confident that this new format will find resonance with a wider audience and carry our message further. Finally, at this juncture, I wish to extend my profound gratitude to the Honorable Chief Justice, Justice Harish Tandonji. Let me tell you that we are also immensely benefited by his Lordship's experience, as my Lord was the member of the Juvenile Justice Committee of the Parent High Court. So the experience which he has acquired, he has shared with us, and he has been guiding us all throughout in this venture. I'll also express my gratitude to Justice Ms. Savitri Ratha for his dynamic leadership, and my brother, Justice Murari Raman, esteemed member of the Juvenile Justice Committee, for entrusting me with the responsibility of editing this edition of the Shisu Suraksha. I also extend my heartfelt thanks to all my esteemed brothers and sister judges for this support, the state government, and of course to UNICEF, which is a very valuable partner in this venture, to the officers of the High Court Registry, and to every individual, directly or indirectly, associated with this endeavor of publication of this beautiful magazine. May this 7th edition of Shisu Suraksha inspire us all to renew our commitment to the protection and nurturing of every child. After all, in their well-being lies the truth, true strength, progress, and pride of our nation. Bande Utkal Janani, Jai Hind. Now I'll request magazine.
Thank you, Your Lordship, for your thoughtful and inspiring words. With utmost humility, I would now humbly request Honorable Shri Justice Harish Tandon, the Chief Justice, High Court of Orissa, to kindly unveil the newsletter Shisu Suraksha for the year 2025. Thank you, Your Lordship. The soft copy of this newsletter can also be accessed on the web portals of the Juvenile Justice Committee, High Court of Orissa, the Odisha Judicial Academy, and the Odisha State Legal Services Authority. May this edition serve as a beacon of awareness, inspiration, and advocacy for all working towards a safer world, making it more just for every child. I would now take this opportunity to request the technical team to kindly play the video made by Shri Ashish Kumar Paricha sir.
मुझे गुड़िया बुलाए गले से लगाए अचानक से डांटे वो क्यों मुझे चॉकलेट दिलाए कहानी सुनाए फिर आंखें दिखाए वो क्यों मुझे गुड़िया बुलाए गले से लगाए अचानक से डांटे वो क्यों मुझे चॉकलेट दिलाए कहानी सुनाए फिर आके दिखाए वो क्यों मुझे भीड़ से ले जाए दूर मुझे मारे वो अगर करूँ शोर मुझे भीड़ से ले जाए दूर मुझे मारे वो अगर करूँ शोर भूत बन के मुझको डराए वो क्यों फिर बल्लू बन के मुझको हंसाए वो क्यों हाँ क्यों क्यों घर में बताई ये बात पर किसी ने ना दी मेरा साथ मेरे घर में बताई ये बात पर किसी ने ना दी मेरा साथ बदले में उसने शिकायत कर दी साइंस की कॉपी दिखा के पिटाई भी की मुझे गोद में बिठाए चिंटू को भगाए फिर जोर से जकड़े वो क्यों मुझे गोद में बिठाए चिंटू को भगाए फिर जोर से जकड़े वो क्यों मुझे बेटा बुलाए मुझे गुड़िया बुलाए धक्का दिया खिड़की से टकराई निशा वो हुआ मुझे टॉफी दिलाई स्कूटी में घुमाए अचानक से काटे वो क्यों, मुझे टॉफी दिलाए, स्कूटी में घुमाए, अचानक से काटे वो क्यों, मुझे गुड़िया बुलाए, गले से लगाए, अचानक से डांटे वो क्यों, मुझे चॉकलेट दिलाए, कहानी सुनाए, फिर आके दिखाए वो क्यों, मुझे गुड़िया बुलाए, मुझे बेटा बुलाए, मुझे गुड़िया बुलाए.
Thank you very much. This video was written, composed, sung, and created by Shri Ashish Kumar Paricha, Special Officer, Special Cell, High Court of Orissa. Thank you, sir, for giving us all such an emotional experience. Moving on, I would now like to humbly call upon Srimati Monisha Banerjee, Esteemed Director, Integrated Child Development Services and Social Welfare, Department of Women and Child Development, Government of Orissa, to kindly address the gathering and share the message on behalf of Srimati Shubha Sharma, IAS Principal Secretary, Department of Women and Child Development, Government of Orissa.
Honorable Chief Justice on the dais, Honorable Chairperson, Juvenile Justice Committee, Honorable Editor-in-Chief and Member, Juvenile Justice Committee, Honorable Member, Juvenile Justice Committee on the dais, Mr. William Hanlon, Chief of Field Office for Odisha, UNICEF, Honorable Judges of the dais, esteemed members of the Judiciary, senior officers from various partner departments, and our esteemed participants for today's event, a warm good morning to all of you. I take this opportunity today to present before you a few lines on behalf of Principal Secretary W1CD. Today is an opportunity where we deliberate upon an issue which is both urgent and profound, safeguarding the girl child. And this is not merely a developmental agenda. This is a question of justice, dignity, and the kind of society that we want to build for ourselves. The survival, the safety, the dignity of small children, the survival, the safety, and dignity of women, it is a matter that concerns every person. It is a matter that concerns every family. Every statistic of child marriage, every dropout from school, every report of trafficking is a manifestation of a system that normalizes low value for the girl child, where her future is negotiable, and her autonomy, her choice, her identity is expendable. It is also a harsh reminder of the unfinished work that we all have on our hands. Safeguarding not only the girl child, but every child is our duty. It is a duty that we have as a society. It is a duty that we have bestowed on ourselves on account of the education, on the account of professions that we all follow. And it is not merely saving the child, it is about saving the very institutions, the very framework of the society. It is about transformative justice, and our task before us is challenging, and it is a humongous task given the background that we all see in our society today. Odisha has strong legal frameworks in forms of the Juvenile Justice Act, the Prevention of Child Marriages Act, POCSO Acts, and so on. We have several interventions in the social welfare sector in terms of government policies. I would mention here that Odisha has made commendable progress in terms of prevention of child marriage. If we look at the figures, in the NFHS 5 survey, we have seen the child marriage in Odisha is at 20.5%, which is below 23% at national average. We have districts like Ganjam, where 100% of the villages have been declared child marriage free. There are ground level teams, there are district panchayat level teams which meet regularly. They have meetings, they have awareness rallies, and we have been able to prevent more than 1,000 child marriages in the last year. In addition to this, we have a scheme which is called Advika, and it is specifically meant for the adolescents, and it includes both the girls and the boys. We have Sakhas, we have Sahelis, and more than 9,000 of them today are working with us. We conduct awareness drives for them. We conduct sessions for them where they deliberate upon gender equality, gender justice, equity, and the various legal and social provisions that are available. Through this mission, we seek to create leaders for tomorrow who will work towards a more just, a more inclusive, a more equitable society. Going forward, I would also like to mention the child helpline and the women helpline that are present with the department. They have been fully integrated with the ERSS 112 system, and several calls every day are addressed and disposed of. People are helped, counseled, and we help them in bringing justice and equal opportunity. In addition to this, there are schemes called Ashirvad, where children who have unfortunately lost one or both parents are provided assistance. This was started during COVID and has continued till now. We have the Jashoda scheme, where assistance is given for education, assistance is given for marriage to children who are not from so fortunate backgrounds. There's Mission Vatsalya, where there's a comprehensive, holistic mechanism of taking care of children in vulnerable positions, children in conflict with law, and children with special needs. Currently, the orphan survey is going on, and also the disability survey will be starting very soon, where we hope to identify vulnerable children, children who need our help, children who need our protection. In addition to this, there are schemes under the Mission Shakti, where protection of women, protection to girl children, counseling, and medical help is also extended. Lastly, in terms of significant schemes, I would like to mention Subhadra. Subhadra has been a transformative step. We have been able to reach more than 1 crore women, almost every household in the state of Odisha. And we have seen many of these women, many of these girls coming forward and utilizing this money in a very productive, in a very entrepreneurial way. Going forward, Subhadra Plus will be launched very soon. There are several initiatives under Subhadra Plus which again cater to safety, security, bringing about safer zones, not only in public but also in private spaces. Having said that, we also must acknowledge the challenges that we face in the society. Declining sex ratio is something very alarming. We have seen alarming rates, and very surprisingly, these alarming rates we have seen in the urban pockets of the state. Online spaces continue to be unsafe, and increasingly more so every day. There's online predation, be it sexual, be it mental, be it psychological. We have issues of unsafe trafficking, we have issues of unsafe migration. School dropouts continue to be high. Adolescent girls continue to be pushed for early marriage. They continue to be pushed for early pregnancy. And above all, we should also consider the issues concerning children who are differently abled, the widows, the divorcees, the abandoned mothers, the abandoned children. So, concluding before you, we have several initiatives in place. We also have numerous problems in place. But going forward with positive steps and unified effort of all stakeholders, we have to work towards a society which is safer, which is inclusive, and which promises a bright future for the child, for the lady, as well as for the society as a whole. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for sharing the message of the Principal Secretary and for highlighting both the challenges and the possibilities that lie ahead in safeguarding the girl child. We are honored to have amongst us Sri William Hanlon Jr., Chief of Field Office for Orissa, UNICEF, who is a distinguished representative from the organization that has long been a pillar in advancing child rights globally and locally. May I now humbly request Sri William Hanlon Jr. to kindly address the gathering.
Honorable Justice Harish Tandon, Chief Justice, Odisha High Court. Honorable Justice Savitri Rato, Chairperson, Juvenile Justice Committee, Odisha High Court. Honorable Justice A.K. Mohapatra, Editor-in-Chief and Member, Juvenile Justice Committee, Odisha High Court. Honorable Justice M.S. Raman, Member, Juvenile Justice Committee, Odisha High Court. Ms. Monisha Banerjee, IAS Director, ICDS and SW, Women and Child Development, Government of Odisha. Esteemed officials and members of the Odisha High Court, Odisha Judicial Academy, and the Government of Odisha, respected members of civil society, friends, colleagues present here today. Namaskar, and a good morning and warm welcome to you all. I wish to first express my sincere gratitude to the Juvenile Justice Committee, Odisha High Court, the Odisha Judicial Academy, and the Department of Women and Child Development for your leadership in creating a platform for dialogue and action in this very important and critical issue. Violence against children is not just a breach of fundamental human rights, but it is also a pressing public health crisis that leaves a lasting impact on the lives of children and society at large. Sadly, the burden of the issue falls disproportionately on the girl child. Across the world today, we see that 1 in 8 women and girls have been subjected to sexual abuse before even they turn the age of 18. If we include all forms of sexual violence, such as online abuse, the figures rise to 1 in every 6 girls globally. While these statistics are generally sobering, we are, of course, not without solutions. But to effectively address this pervasive issue, we must first recognize its many forms. Violence against children can happen anywhere. It can happen at home, in schools, and even online. Children may not always recognize these experiences as abuse, making it critical for us to build environments where children feel safe and supported to speak out. UNICEF has been at the forefront of this global fight, working tirelessly with governments and civil societies to prevent violence against children and ensure support for survivors. Our collective efforts with all partners over the years have produced several good practices grounded in evidence-based strategies that provide insights in combating these issues. Together with leading global organizations, governments around the world, and other partners, UNICEF has shaped frameworks and strategies such as the INSPIRE strategy to end violence against children. We see other examples. For example, community involvement has proven to work in ensuring safe environments for children. In Indonesia, children are actively involved in developing plans through initiatives like the Child Forum, giving them voice in shaping policies that affect their lives. Education is a powerful tool that empowers children to understand violence in many forms. In Ecuador, there's a program called I Have a Right to Feel Safe. And it program teaches children about personal safety, how to recognize inappropriate behavior, and who to reach out for help. The simple yet powerful intervention has already improved children's understandings of abuse and safety. There's the creation of one-stop centers that provide comprehensive support services for survivors, and this is critical for protecting children from trauma of experienced violence. In Kenya, there's the Malindi Child Protection Center that provides a one-stop hub for children and families to access legal aid, counseling, and health services. We have also learned of the importance of engaging men and boys, as has been mentioned, to address this abuse issue. In South Africa, initiatives that involve boys in conversations about respect and gender equality have shifted harmful attitudes and reduced violence. With the spread of digital technology, we cannot forget about online safety. Programs that teach children to recognize the grooming and exploitation alongside partners with tech companies have been essential in building a safer online environment for children. For survivors, we must ensure trauma-informed care, training our professionals, teachers, police, health workers to recognize trauma and respond appropriately. And this can make all the difference in a child's recovery. Challenges remain. Many children do not report abuse due to fear, shame, or lack of trust in authorities. Cultural norms sometimes discourage open discussions about violence, leaving children isolated. Further, children with disabilities face heightened risk, and they require special attention in both prevention and response. Across Odisha, significant work has already been done to prevent violence against children and to safeguard the girl child. It focuses on strengthening institutional responses, including one-stop crisis centers, medical legal services, mental health support, and understanding how multi-sectoral actions have helped child recover and reintegrate, as well as the battle against child marriage. Moving forward, our responsibility is clear. We must and need to focus on strengthening laws and policies to ensure that they are enforced, critical. To raise the awareness so that parents, teachers, and communities know the signs and can act quickly. To support community-based programs that empower children and families. And above all, we need to collaborate. We all need to work together. Government, NGOs, civil society, the private sector all need to come together to create comprehensive and long-lasting solutions. Let me end by saying this: ending violence against girls and children is not necessary. It is our duty and our requirement. We need to ensure that the rights of all children are ensured. We need to ensure that they are free from exploitation, free from violence, and together we can create a future where every child is safe, valued, and able to thrive. Thank you, and let us continue to raise our voices together and take bold action for the rights of every child.
Thank you, sir, for that very impactful address. We deeply appreciate your time, wisdom, and unwavering commitment to child rights and justice. I would now humbly request Honorable Shri Justice Harish Tandon, the Chief Justice, High Court of Orissa, to kindly address the gathering. My lord, please.
Thank you. My esteemed brother and sister judges of the High Court of Odisha, who are present on and off the dais and who are also present on a virtual mode. Mr. William Hanlon, the Chief of Field Office for Odisha, UNICEF. All the officials of the government of Odisha and those who are working with the UNICEF, who are also present in this occasion. My officers, the members of the Odisha Judicial Academy, the State Legal Services Authorities, all the distinguished guests and the participants, ladies and gentlemen. The tone is set, as said by the chairperson of the Juvenile Justice Committee, Justice Ratho. I wanted to carry it forward. I will start what I perceived while working as a member of a Juvenile Justice Committee in my parent High Court with one story which I read in my very young age, that there was a person who dedicated his life to worship a God and also spend a lot of time in reciting the slokas, the mantras, to please the god. One fine morning, the god appears and then said, make a wish. Any one wish I will fulfill. He was skeptical, but not hesitant. He immediately asked, can you give back my childhood? That was a wish, I believe, every young man aspires. And the childhood is always so pleasant, and it remained in the heart of every man, even if he has grown up. The psychologists also say that there is a child in every human being, and it remained with him. Look at the situation when the child experiences violence, the child experiences something which he is not supposed to experience. Is it not a collective responsibility of the society and all its members to see that the childs are not put into such situation? It is also commonly said and is known that if any violence, abuse the child face, it impacts his mind and remain embedded in him or her, which impedes the development. What we should do? Simply putting the law in place is enough, or its implementation has to be ensured, and how we can implement. As the I think Ms. Bhattacharya, by Ms. Banerjee, though belong to my state, Ms. Banerjee give a statistical figure that so far as our state is concerned, we are much below the national average ratio so far as the child marriage is concerned. It's really heartening. Still, there is a child marriage happening in the society. This is one of the topic I find where the participants will be sharing their experiences, will be opening the discourse, and how to eradicate. A child is not supposed to be married at such a age, which we commonly known is the age to play, to learn, to do whatever they wish. But despite the Prohibition of the Child Marriage Act having enacted, the reality we cannot ignore nor overlook, that the child marriages are happening. There are various aspects which need to be addressed so far as the child marriage is concerned. My perception in this regard is because of the social compulsions, economic disparity, and the cultural and traditional values which is so deeply embedded in a particular section of the society, which really make these child marriages happen in the society. I have been critically examining the various provisions of the Prohibition of the Child Marriage Act, and I was astonished by reading section 3 or 5 of the said act. It does not really render that particular marriage as a void, but is avoidable in nature. If the marriage cannot be said to be void and is voidable at the option of the child, one need to introspect whether we can completely eradicate the child marriages. I also find there is some gaps in the lapses in the said act, that there is no power given upon the police authorities to take any steps before the child marriage is actually solemnized. It is only after the solemnization of the marriage the charging sections can be activated, but there is no provision which gives the powers to the police administration to take any action against the persons who are involved in those child marriage. I think this should also be taken into consideration in the discussions. There is another very important aspect which I noticed in that particular act, that the magistrates have been given a power to grant injunction, not only on the basis of any information or any application to be filed, either by a society or NGOs or associations or any individuals. They have also been bestowed with the power to pass an injunction suo motu. And then, if that injunction is violated, there is definitely a provision to put a person who violates the same to come under the criminal jurisprudence or the criminal law. This is what I perceived so far as the child marriage aspect, which will be discussed in one of the technical sessions, is concerned. I think that there will be some solutions, there will be some ideas, there will be some suggestions that would come from this discussion in the technical session. I was also noticing the journeys concerning the child laws in our country way from 1850 till the last is, I believe, 2015, when the Juvenile Justice Care and Protection Act is introduced. There are two categories of children. One is who is in conflict with law, and another who is in need of care and protection. A paradigm shift is shown while introducing those acts from the conventional way of trying an offense to, I would say, a very reformative way of dealing the children who comes in conflict with law. That is a shift from a retributive justice to a reformative justice is a noticeable feature which we noticed in the Juvenile Justice Act. There is a chapter which is dedicated to a rehabilitation of the children. And therefore, one has to understand that what is the duties and responsibilities and what has been ordained in the said act to strictly adhere to by all the stakeholders who comes under that particular system, juvenile justice system. I believe Section 3 of the Juvenile Justice Act of 2015 has really reproduced or conveyed a very laudable message that what is the object and the purpose, sublime the incorporation of the said act, and which I always consider it as a elixir of the whole system. One of the objects is shown that the institutionalization of a child should be the last resort. We should first embrace the integration of a child with the family. The second, putting them with the foster care, kinship. And the last resort should be the institutionalizations. Now there are many institutions which are in place. Whether we have been able to give them all the supports which we normally give to our own children in our house. Unless we consider them as our children and as our our responsibility, I think we will not be able to achieve what was an aspiration behind putting all these systems in place. A vocational training, education, which is a very paramount in this regard, the other skills must also be imparted to them to make them a more responsible citizen in future. I must share one or two stories which I have come across as a member of the Juvenile Justice Committee. I visited one of the homes that is in Purva Mendipur in the state of Bengal. I find that there was a painting which was done on the boundary wall of that CCI. I will say that what that painting was, just to understand that how those children react and they understand. So I asked the superintendent, can you tell me that who has painted? Any artist you have brought who has painted? Says, no sir, one of the girl has painted this. I say, can I see that girl? A girl of 16 or 16 and a half years of age, she came. And then she said, sir, I have painted it. Then I say, looking at the painting, that what was passing through your mind? Why you have painted this? Then she said that I have been forced to marry at the age of 15 by my parents, having one small child, and then I have been thrown out, and there is nobody who accepted me. So I have painted it because I aspire to study and to become something in the life or stand on my own footing. The picture was that there is a girl. The girl is divided into two parts. The right-hand side part depicts that she is a school-going child with the traditional, the tying of the hairs. And the second half was a bridal one, where she has something on the neck, nose, the earrings, and everything is shown. So what she wanted to depict is that if I am given in marriage at the childhood age, I am divided into two parts, and there is a conflict in between me, and I can't sustain that. This is one that really, I would say, gave a very strong message that how the child feels and how the child reacts. They are not voiceless in that sense, as some of them, they advocates that they are voiceless, we should give them a voice. But I don't think that they are voiceless. They can definitely convey the message. They can raise the concern, they can raise the voice. There is another episode which I come across, that I went to one of the CCIs, and there was one child who presented me a painting which he painted. The painting was only the eye in that particular oval shaped. Inside the eyes, so far as the pupil is concerned, there was a lot of fire he has shown here, that there is a fire which is going on, devastating fire. And outside that pupil, there was a difficult terrain. He is passing, and somebody is holding his hand with a mace in the another hand and carrying him out. And there was one, the droplet of tears from the corner of that eyes. So I asked that boy that, what? Something is going in you which you wanted to depict. He was unable, I must be very candid, that he was unable to express in so many words that what is passing in his mind or in his heart or what is troubling him. But one could definitely imagine that what a trauma he is facing. And there is definitely a difficult time, because he has depicted that there is a lot of fire which is going on in him. And he needs one kind of a support who should take him out or bail him out from such situation, the different rays. So that is sometimes these things really makes us to introspect more deeply whether we can do something for those children, and we can give them a sustainable support. I beseech and request the members of the Juvenile Justice Committee to visit those CCIs on a periodical manner and just find out that whether there is any support which is needed. We are providing them a food or a shelter for their survival. That's not enough. We have to make them a good man, a good human being, a good citizen of the country. I hope this seminar will definitely yield and will take out a lot of solutions, lot of things that may come out, which will definitely shape the society and will also encourage those children to become a good citizen of the country. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you, Your Lordship, for that very deeply insightful and thought-provoking address. Your guidance and contributions have been an inspiration, invaluable in guiding the efforts in shaping a just and protective system for our girls. Nearing the end of this inaugural session, I would now like to take this humble opportunity to request Honorable Shri Justice Murahari Sri Raman, Judge and Member, Juvenile Justice Committee, High Court of Orissa, to kindly address the gathering and present the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Ms. Patnaik. Namaskar. Given this opportunity to deliver vote of thanks to all of you who have marked their gracious presence today in facilitating this inaugural session of the state-level juvenile consultation, on safeguarding the girl child, Uh, I, on behalf of Juvenile Justice Committee, welcome you all. Honorable the Chief Justice of our own High Court, Sri Justice Harish Chandan, my esteemed colleagues on the dais and off the dais, present in this August gathering, and perhaps online mode also. Officers of Department of Women and Child Development Department, School and Mass Education Department, Social Security and Empowerment of Persons with Disabilities Department, Department of Panchayati Raj and Drinking Water, Department of Health and Family Welfare, Police Department, officers presiding POCSO courts, principal magistrates, JJB, other judicial officers, distinguished guests, erudite speakers, ladies and gentlemen. As we all know, every creation of God is beautiful, so is the rose. To see bud blossomed into rose, not only the plant, but also the bud is also to be cared for. So, to see the children blossomed into a good and mannered citizens, well-behaved citizens in society, they are to be cared, nurtured, and handled with care, or else they fall like petals. They are buds yet to blossom as flower. But when we pluck the rose, we have thorns also, and we have to separate the thorn to see that the rose is unharmed. As a member of Judicial Justice Committee, I, on behalf of my sister and brother judges, wish to welcome those children who are in need, care, and protection. However, this deliberation throughout the day would be on these children, especially girl children, their safety, well-being, psychologically and physically. In upcoming sessions throughout the day, we will be listening to different speakers like William Harlan Jr., Chief of Field Officer, Odisha, UNICEF, Sri Mana Biswas, Child Protection Specialist, UNICEF. I am told Srimati Ananya Das, IAS, Srimati, then Sri R.S. Gopalan, IAS, Sri Girish, IAS, Srimati Monisha Banerjee, IAS, Dr. Sarthak Sadangi, IPS, Professor Viras Swain, Ms. Pooja Sadangi, and Sri Abhilash Senapati are judicial officers, presiding officers of POCSO courts. We have 4 technical sessions focusing on the issue of safeguarding the girl child, as my Lord Justice Harish Chandan, the Chief Justice, have flagged our issue of focusing on child marriage, which he has highlighted that when certain actions are void, whether it can be voidable. I believe this is the message which wants to percolate to the proper quarters to ponder upon. On behalf of this Juvenile Justice Committee, I member of the said committee, I am given this opportunity to extend vote of thanks. This committee extends deepest gratitude for the presence of our Honorable Chief Justice, who has graced this occasion as the chief guest, and we have heard his inspiring words, and he has shared experience, and I deeply I'm obligated rather to him for having shared his experiences on the bench also when we have been recently dealing with habeas corpus petitions. I had that opportunity, and having taken out his valuable time to inaugurate this program, though he has otherwise other engagements, by making his presence marks his keenness in addressing the importance of discussion with respect to safety and protection of girl children. His guidance shall lead us to ponder upon many aspects of safety and protection of girl children. I'm thankful to our Honorable Chairperson, Ms. Justice Savitri Ratho, for her warm and thoughtful words of welcome and her unwavering commitment to the cause of safety and protection of children with specific reference to girl children. My heartfelt appreciation is due to my esteemed colleagues, Sri Justice Aditya Kumar Mahapatra, for having taken up pains to bring out the newsletter Sishu Suraksha 2025, which is a repository of knowledge and best practices on the juvenile justice system. And this committee expresses special thanks to Women and Child Welfare Department, School and Mass Education Department through representatives, Sri R.S. Gopalan, IAS, Commissioner cum Secretary, Social Security and Empowerment of Persons with Disabilities Department, Sri Girish S.N., IAS, Commissioner cum Secretary, Department of Panchayati Raj and Drinking Water, I suppose he is present. Srimati Monisha Banerjee, who is on the dais, Director ICDS and SW. Then Dr. Sarthak Sadangi from Police Department. Most key persons for deliberations are Professor Biraj Swai, Chief Minister's Chair Professor, Center for Child Rights, National Law University, Odisha, Ms. Pooja Sadangi and Abhilash Senapati, Presiding Officers of POCSO Courts, Mr. William Hanlon, Jr., Chief of Field Officer for Odisha UNICEF, Sri Mana Biswas, Child Protection Specialist, UNICEF, Sri Ashish Paricha, my special thanks and acknowledgement goes to him for having presented before us a film, Gudiya. I, on behalf of Juvenile Justice Committee, thank the Registrar General and Registrars of our High Court being present here, and Member Secretary, Sri Patnaik, State Legal Services Authority. I acknowledge with gratitude the presence of dignitaries and officials of different departments of government of Odisha, UNICEF, academia, civil society, and participants who join us today to share insightful views and their commitment to safeguard the children and their rights, making them aware, and to protect them from being abused socially, economically, physically, and psychologically also. My special thanks on behalf of the Juvenile Justice Committee goes to Director Odisha Judicial Academy and his team of officers who have gladly invited all of us by providing us the space to discuss and deliberate on the problem areas relating to children today in this premise. And special thanks to Mr. Justice Krishnaram Mahapatra to be present here. Thank you, sir. At the special thanks, sir. My heartfelt thanks. At the end, I must not fail in my duty to thank my colleagues who have readily accepted our proposal to chair upcoming technical sessions. Without wasting any further time, we may move forward to the technical sessions. With these words, the Juvenile Justice Committee extends its profound gratitude and thankfulness to one and all. I may be excused if I failed in my duty to thank any person left out, but look forward for their participation in this fruitful deliberations ahead and would be taken up in the sessions. Thank you all. Namaste.
Thank you very much, Your Lordship. With that gratitude being expressed, we now come to the end of the inaugural session of the state-level consultation on juvenile justice. May I now seek permission of the Honorable Chair to declare the inaugural session closed? Yes. Thank you, Your Lordship. The inaugural session is now declared closed. I would request all the dignitaries and the guests to kindly assemble at the Academy's portico for the group photo session. We shall reassemble here at 10:55 a.m. for commencement of the technical sessions. Thank you. Namaskar.